Are you a struggling wholesaler who doesn't know whether to find a cash buyer before you find a deal? A lot of wholesalers who are starting out have this same issue. They're caught in between finding the deal first or finding that specific cash buyer so they aren't stuck without a buyer when they finally have a deal under contract. Don't worry, it's normal to feel this way, and there is an answer. My name is Devron, and I'm a real estate investor. I own several rental properties and have flipped millions of dollars worth of real estate. In this video, I'm going to tell you if you should be building your buyers list before you find a deal, or if you should find a deal first, then find a buyer. Before we begin, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel and allows more people to see and receive value that I love to produce. We buy houses. That's what we do.
Sell to a local, trusted husband and wife team that has helped hundreds of families just like you.
We love buying land, single-family houses, as well as small apartment buildings.
If you don't want to pay realtor fees or closing costs, we might be a match for you.
You get to keep all the profits. There are no fees involved.
Call us at 877-721-SELL.
That's 877-721-SELL. Please pick up the phone and call us.
Or visit our website at homebuyingoffer.com.
So I'm going to start this video with the answer. And the answer is you need to find the deal first before trying to build your cash buyers list. And here's why. If you are new to wholesaling, your number one goal, especially when starting out, is to be prospecting. Prospecting is the activity of identifying and contacting potential customers to generate new revenue. When you are in the beginning stages of your wholesaling business, you lack customers and revenue, and you need both in order to survive. That being said, all your time and energy needs to go towards prospecting, or you will fail. You will not make any money by first trying to build a cash buyers list. You will need to put all your time toward money-making activities, and that activity is prospecting. Prospecting involves talking to sellers on a consistent basis to see if they want to sell their property. The problem is that this is very hard to do in the beginning. It takes a lot of guts and courage to get on the phone with a seller or knock on a seller's door and ask if they would consider an offer for their property. Not many people want to do this, and instead will look for other activities like building their buyers list to avoid having conversations with sellers. Or new wholesalers would try to hire prospecting and acquisitions out to virtual assistants and get upset because they are spending money on Philippine cold callers and not making any progress, not knowing how persistent and skilled you need to be when it comes to prospecting. Now, I'm not saying Philippine cold callers are not capable, because they are, but it's a lot to ask when you haven't even experienced what prospecting is like in the first place. When you're starting out, the best thing for you to do is to get on the phone or knock on doors from sunup to sundown, looking for sellers who need to sell their property. Another reason why you should be finding the deal before finding the buyer is because once you have a deal, it's going to attract a plethora of buyers. Your main concern should be finding a great deal, because once you find one, not having a buyer will be the least of your worries. What I mean by this is that having a great deal will make it even easier to find a buyer, because your buyer's pool will open like the Red Sea when you have a deal under contract with a nice spread. Everyone wants to talk to you, and you'll have more power and more choices because you are the one with the deal. Just make sure you have a deal before talking to buyers, because that's when it's harder to collect cash buyers when you don't have a deal. Talking to cash buyers is just a serious headache when you don't have a deal to assign to them. Cash buyers will not take you seriously and will look at you as a waste of time. Trust me when I say you are not the only one with the idea of, let me build a cash buyers list first. Cash buyers are getting bombarded with calls and texts asking if they can be added to a buyers list, and they are also being flooded with emails. Trust me, I know, because I'm a cash buyer. The first thing they're going to ask when you get them on the phone or when you send out that email is, what's the address? Real cash buyers are ready to buy now, and they're too busy with other things than to be talking to you or someone on your team about being added to a list or what their buying criteria is. The phone call is a lot easier and smoother when you have a real deal to bring to the cash buyer, especially if it's a good deal. The last reason you should find the deal first before finding the buyer is because buyers, they come and go. It's the sad reality of the real estate business. Market changes and life changes are the cause of this, and the one person that was buying yesterday may not be buying today. Whatever the reason, cash buyers are a dime a dozen and are constantly coming and going like the seasons. So are wholesalers. Just keep in mind that new buyers pop up all the time, especially in overly populated cities. And these cities are filled with unlimited opportunities, from deals to cash buyers. That being said, don't waste your time trying to build a list of buyers who may not even be in the game anymore when you finally get around to finding a deal. Listen closely. This is what you do. Find a deal, and once you have that deal under contract, look for buyers who recently fixed and flipped properties in that same neighborhood or area within the past 1 to 6 months. That will more than likely be your buyer. So go out there and find a good deal first, and I guarantee finding a buyer will be the easiest part of the wholesaling process. You will have them in the palm of your hands doing everything they can to win your business. If you got value out of this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.